Bet.
Word. Could I have everybody go to the chats right now? I appreciate y'all for hopping on this call, but can I have everybody that's on this call right now, please go back to the chats and let everybody know that they do not want to miss this call, right? Because I'm telling you, we have some of the top leaders in this business about to speak gems on y'all tonight, right? I want y'all to understand that the people that's about to come up on this call after me, right? I'm going to be standing out of the way of greatness because the people that's coming up even after me, those guys are beast builders and as well as beast traders, right? So y'all got to understand that everything we about to give y'all tonight is going to give y'all the mindset and everything that you need to go to start developing more in your business, right? So I need y'all to go get more people on this call. Let's try to get this call up to 30 people in the next 2 minutes, right? And I'm going to start in the next 2 minutes. Can I have y'all please go to the chats and light it up?
Cool. Let me play some music real quick while we wait.
All right. So I guess some people do not want to level up with us tonight, but guess what? We're not going to wait on them much longer. If the chat gets over 30 people, we will be happy for that, but we're going to go ahead and get started now. So I appreciate everybody for hopping on this call tonight. Can I get some flame emojis, some ones in the chat, some flame emojis, something in the chat to let me know that I'm with an active audience tonight? I need to know that I'm with some chairmen. I need to know that I'm with some six-figure traders, right? Because they're going to go to that chat and light it up, right? Because y'all need to be excited, right? It's 12 o'clock where I'm at and I'm wide awake, right? You need to be wide awake while you're on this call with me taking notes, right? Because note takers are money makers. There should be 28 plus fire emojis, ones, all that in the chat, lighting it up, right? I see the chat going crazy. I'm not checking it right now, but I see it going crazy, right? So some of y'all not a part of my personal organization, but I want y'all to understand that a little bit about me, right? My name is Ray. I've been in this business over the last 7 months. And I've been able to reach the rank of a Platinum 1000, soon to be popped at Platinum 2000, right? So some of the things I'm about to tell y'all tonight were key for me because I come from a background of where I wasn't never handed personal development. I never was handed this is the key to success, financial books, personal development, stuff like that. I had to go out there and find it on my own, right? So everything I tell you, I want y'all to understand that I come from nothing, right? I come from places where you wouldn't learn nothing like this. You would never be on webinars at 12 o'clock talking about how you better yourself, right? So I had to better myself, right? I had to change to actually be able to speak in front of people like this and be able to help people more and more every day in my business and outside of my business, right? So basically what I wanted to basically just come on here and just drop a few key things that I've been working on throughout my business, throughout my time over these last 7 months that's been helping me as well as been helping my trading and helping my group level up as one. Right? And the first thing I want to talk about is your mindset, right? With that mindset comes a sight and a vision, right? there's a difference, right? Most people have sight, right? 95% of people in the world have sight. They're not walking on vision, right? I move on vision, right? You got to understand that there's a huge difference, right? Because sight is seeing what's going on in your current situation, while having a vision is seeing a year down the line, 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line, right? So I'm thinking already, right now I'm thinking I'm London, right? Drop some ones in the chat if you're going to be in London with us. Drop some ones in the chat if you're about to be in London and you're going to be at the convention turned up with us, right? Right, I just see 32 ones popping up in that chat because you need to be at that convention, right? Because everybody's on this call either trying to go chairman or trying to be six-figure traders, right? So everybody's going to be at that convention are going to be chairman and six-figure traders. So you need to be there, right? Plus you get to experience a new country. But you got to have that vision, guys. And that starts with creating goals, right? Short-term and long-term goals, 30, 60, 90, right? Year-long goals, stuff like that. So that starts with creating yourself a goal card, right? The day that I got introduced a goal card, I think I heard that from Austin Gossi, right? He said, get a goal card. If you don't carry a goal card, you're not serious about your business. You're not serious about your trade. You're not serious about leveling up in life, right? So on that goal card, you need to have your 30, 60, 90-day goal and your overall goal. What do you want to do? How much money do you see yourself making in 10 years, making more than $100,000 a month, stuff like that, making real income, stuff like that. Can y'all give me one? Sorry about that, guys, but laptop's about to die. But yes, guys, you got to have that sight and that vision, right? Because that vision, that goal card, you see in that goal card, have it in your wallet, have it up on your mirror while you're getting ready for school, while you're getting ready for class, while you're getting ready for work, right? Because you need to see that vision every single day so you don't let things blur your vision, right? Like obstacles. That's the second thing I want to talk about, right? Everybody has obstacles, right? Think about it like this. At the darkest time in the night, what comes next? The light, the morning time, the sun rises. Right? So if you're going through everyday obstacles, if you're struggling in school so you can't focus on your business, or if you're having to work extra 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day to make ends meet, and you can't focus on your business, right? But you got to understand, everybody has 24 hours, right? So if you go through one obstacle, that shouldn't stop you from something that's about to happen in the rest of your day, right? So if something wouldn't matter from 5 years from now, don't sit and worry about it for 5 minutes. Right? No longer than 5 minutes should you be worried about something that's not going to matter 5 years from now, right? So y'all got to understand that. So on those goal cards, you want to make sure that you're real precise, right? Real realistic and real precise. What I mean by precise, I want you to know exactly how many people are you away from chairman? How many orders are you away from chairman? You should know that, right? You should know exactly how many people that you need to be in your business if you truly want to hit chairman. Right? So and then the next thing I want to pretty much just talk about, and I'm gonna briefly touch on this, right? Because y'all know that y'all should be posting, right? So now y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about social media, right? If you're not posting on your social media every day, and that's just even if you just want to be trader, if you don't have 2 and free, you're not trying to be a master trader because it's gonna take more than 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months to become that master trader, right? That's gonna come from actually grinding every single day. Learning, right? So how are you going to learn from the platform when you're nervous about paying your auto ship in the first month, right? Go out there and get that 2 and free. Secure that bag and that 2 and free, right? So y'all want to go do that, and y'all got to remember this is operating on vision, not sight, right? So if your pockets are empty now, think about if you doing what you do every single day, if you duplicated that throughout your business, would your business grow, right? You want to think about if my team did exactly what I do today, we want to always be thinking about that because if your pockets are broke now, they're going to stay broke, right? So if you broke and you don't got a job and you're not grinding, busting your ass 20 hours a day, 21 hours a day for this business, then you're not serious, right? Guys, I actually this semester, this is my first semester I actually took away from college. So I wanted to put 20 hours a day, 15 hours a day into this business because I wanted to go all in, right? So who knows what's required to actually be balling, right? Who knows what's required? You have to be all in. You have to be all in. I'm all in, right? What is your all in? Are you an underachiever or are you an overachiever, right? Drop that in the chat. Drop in the chat if you're an overachiever or you're an underachiever. I need y'all to let me know. I need to know if I'm working with overachievers or I need to know if I'm working with underachievers, right? Because I don't want no underachievers on this call right now. Y'all can get off, right? Y'all can get off if you're an underachiever, right? So I want y'all to understand that being an overachiever, the underachievers are talking to at least 20 new people every single day about their business. That's what the underachievers doing. So what are the overachievers doing? Right? They're talking to more people than that. So if you can't even talk to 20 people, just go ahead and leave this call right now because you're an underachiever. We're not working with underachievers, right? So an overachiever is posting content on their page weekly, right? It's one thing to be posting screenshots and all this stuff you seeing all these other people doing, posting all their content, but where is your content? Get in the field, right? You're not going to be able to level up in this business. You're not going to be able to level up in life not getting in the field. Nobody ever made $1 million being shy. Nobody ever have done that, right? So y'all got to understand that if you're an introvert, you got to understand one day you're gonna have to be an extrovert to get the type of lifestyle that you want. You're gonna have to realize that, right? I sacrificed that, right? I'm very introverted. I'm still introverted now, extroverted. Like right now, I'm very extroverted, right? Y'all see me talking to y'all right now, right? But throughout my day, I barely interact with people unless I'm talking about business. Right? Because that's me being a situation extrovert. So choose the times that you need to lock in to actually be able to level up in life. Connect with the right people, connect with the right traders, connect with the right builders, right? I'm constantly studying and DMing people that's doing better than me. Austin Gazi, hitting up Emery, texting Ricky, right? DMing other Forex traders that's hitting P2000, hitting P5000. Literally right before me, I'm like, yo, how did you get to that? How did you just get to P2000? Right? What did you start doing different to go from 30 orders in your business to 75 orders in your business? What did you start doing different? Right? So once I started doing what they started doing, I started seeing more people staying in my business. Because at the end of the day, y'all all know that this is a business of retention. Right? We make money off making friends. We make money from our phones. Right? So it's not that hard. So what you got to do is actually apply yourself. Right? So everything that this, I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time, but everything that everybody's about to say on this call, you got to remember that you got to go out and apply this, right? Applied knowledge is power, not just having the knowledge. You got to go out there and apply it, right? So get out there on your social media, make sure that you're talking to enough people, and make sure that you're operating on vision, right? Right? Can I have everybody type vision in the chat? I need the chat box lit up with the word vision, because that's what we operating on. We operating on vision and love. Let me get some love in there as well. Let me get vision and love. I need to feel the energy. I need to feel the energy of everybody that's on this call, because we all have the vision and we all love each other, because we're about to go make 6 and 7 figures together, right? Y'all see the chairman at the chairman's retreat right now, right? That's what we're trying to be on, right? But like I said, I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time. I'm going to stand out away from greatness. I got my guy. He's actually in my organization all night. I actually knew him from high school, and he was one of the, we didn't really talk too much in high school, right? But he was one of those people that saw me doing this. He was one of those people that I knew back in high school. He knew that I was about business. He knew that I was serious, right? He took that leap of faith with me. And ever since then, ever since the first day, this dude been grinding, right? He's been completely coachable. This dude's been stepping up as a leader, right? He's on this call as a P150, right? Y'all got to understand that this guy's on this call as a P150 about to spread knowledge on y'all, because guess what? He's ready to step up and ready to lead teams, right? Because it's not about where he's right now. It's about his vision. His vision is far beyond. His vision is in London when he's Platinum 5000 chairman, right? So y'all got to understand that this guy right now, he's about to drop some gems on y'all. Make sure y'all got some notes. And like I said, I'm going to step out of the way of greatness. Yo, Josh, you on the call, bro? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Can't hear you, bro. Oh, let me see if I can get you back unmuted. All right.
All right, bet. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. You back mute, bro.
Hold on. We back?
Yep, you on there.
Okay, perfect. All right. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Please go in the chat and drop flame emojis, heart emojis for my man, Real Deal Ray, man. He just dropped some great gems for y'all. Man, listen, he's doing this thing. Like he said before, I've been knowing this man since he said it best. Listen, we did not talk to each other for a while, but we was on the football team, man. I saw his vision. He's a totally different person than he was in high school. I saw the complete change, and I said, man, listen, from day one, I'm with you. We're gonna thug this thing out together, man. But again, like he said, thank you guys so much for being on this call. We really do appreciate it. You guys taking out the time. But listen, it's 12 o'clock over here on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? I'm up. I'm fired up just because of the future. The way we see things going on in the future is about to be really amazing. So tonight is all about mindset, right? And a couple months back, I read this book called The Compound Effect. It is by a man by the name of Darren Hardy, right? And what I like to do whenever I read books, I take notes after each chapter. If I see something, I write notes down. So I'm going to just share some of the notes I have from this book to you guys, right? So one of his chapters, he focused on habits, right? We all have habits. We have good habits. We have bad habits, right? So one of the things he started off by saying, he said, start by thinking your way out of the instant gratification trap. Now, we know what this business is about. Like, we trade and we build, right? So a lot of people feel like once you join this, listen, I'm getting the cash flow real quick. You know what I'm saying? My trades is popping. That's honestly, it's not that realistic for most of us. For 99% of us, nobody's a top trader whenever they first get into business. Nobody's a great builder, a great leader when they first get into business, right? So it all takes time. You got to get out of the instant gratification trap, right? So another thing is we hear a lot is we talk about finding your why, right? Finding your why. Why do you do the things that you do? Why do you push so hard? Why do you grind so hard to get the things that you ultimately want, right? Now, a lot of people, for me, I say my parents. I don't want to see my parents work another day in their life. Ultimately, like, honestly, if nobody works harder, I promise you, nobody works harder than my dad, right? I seen this man work 12-hour shifts from 12 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, go out, cut grass for another 6 hours, lay pine needles down once he go. Listen, I don't want to see, that's part of my why, right? But also, the thing that goes along with your why is your why power, right? So the why power, that is ultimately the energy that you put in to pushing towards your why, right? Because ultimately, your choices are only meaningful when you connect them to your desires and your dreams. Ultimately, that sounds self-explanatory to me, honestly, right? Because if all you focus on every single day is your why, listen, I want my parents. I don't want my parents to work no more. I don't want my sister to work no more. I don't want to be in this situation no more. I can't work a 9 to 5 no more, right? That's going to push your why. That's your why power right there. All the energy you pushing towards your why to get out of that situation so that way you can succeed while helping others succeed as well, right? So when it comes to those habits, right, we all have bad habits, right? So Mr. Darren Hardy, he gives us 5 strategies for eliminating bad habits, right? Number 1, identify your triggers, right? Your triggers, who, what, when, where, why, right? You know why you started this business. There's plenty of people that I've talked to, I'm gonna be honest, when I first started, they triggered me because it was like, man, this ain't gonna work. It's a scam. This ain't this, you know what I'm saying? People feel like this all the time, That's one of my triggers, but I had to ultimately acknowledge what they are, identify them, and then we're gonna attack them later, right? So step 2 is where we attack them at, right? Step 2 is clean house, right? Clean house. This is where you cancel. This is where you throw away all the bad habits, all the bad people with the negative energy. We just don't deal with that. This is where you throw them away, right? Throw them away. Sometimes, some people that you may have to throw away, it's going to hurt. Some habits you're going to have to throw away is going to become a better person, a more successful person, somebody who just really just about their grind, who really trying to become successful. You have to learn how to throw away things, man. You have to, right? So then we go to number 3. So ultimately, you can't just throw everything away, right? So when you throw those things away, you have to swap it, right? You have to swap it. Swap it with things and replace it with things with healthier habits, or just kick them completely, right? So my team know me personally. Listen, I'll tell you in a minute. I'm a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I done been called fat. I've been big all my life, right? But ultimately, right, with being successful, I told myself I want to live a healthier lifestyle, right? So that means staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning, eating little bites. Y'all know the little muffins, little bites. Those are my weakness right there, right? Ultimately, it's certain things like that I have to throw away, right? I have to throw away in order to, replace those with healthier habits, right? So instead of staying up till 1 o'clock, how about stay up to about 11 to 12, maybe on the weekday? Somebody said it. Listen, I love little bites. I'm trying to kick it, okay? That's all about the process, right? So, like I said, we're trying to kick it. We're trying to, get that out of my life. So instead of doing that, stay up to about 11. Don't snack. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to stay up late and not snack at all. But ultimately, I told myself, I'm trying to live a healthier lifestyle. I'm trying to be a successful person. This is something I need to swap it out with. Swap it out with maybe sleeping earlier than usual. Maybe some carrots or something other than little bites. But just get out of that problem, right? So then this is number 4, right? Certain things you have to ease into, right? It's hard for me if I'm trying to live a healthier lifestyle. I can't go from eating cakes, brownies, chicken, fried chicken, okay, burgers, all this other stuff, to going straight vegan. I'm not that type of person. I have to ease into it. I have to take it in a slow, step-by-step process in order to, get into the rhythm of that lifestyle. Get into the rhythm of, this business. Even in this business, listen, some people hit the ground running. I wasn't that person. I'm still not that person. I have to ease into it step by step, right? And number 5 is actually for the other side. Or you could just straight up plunge straight into it, right? A lot of successful people in this business have just straight up, plunged into it. They work hard, they grind hard. Listen, chairman in 3 months. I've seen it done. Other people have to learn about the process, about the business, because a lot of times this is our first time ever joining the business, right? Ever having a business, ever running a business, ever being a part of business things, period. So some people have to slow in, some people have to go in slow, or some people just jump in, right? So ultimately, after we get rid of those things, right, he has 6 techniques of installing good habits, right? Number one is set yourself up to succeed, right? Back to me, just being personalizing it, right? It's little bites, man. Listen, if I know that's my weakness, when I go into the grocery store, don't even have that on the list. Don't even walk down the aisle where the little bites are, right? If I'm trying to set myself up to succeed, to totally get up out of that pattern that I'm in, eliminate it. I've already eliminated, so I need to set up myself to succeed. Don't even go down that aisle. Don't be around those negative people. Don't do those negative things that's going to take your mind off this business. It's going to take off your mind for your why power, right? Number 2, think addition and not subtraction, right? Think addition and not subtraction. A lot of times we get in our own heads, you know what I'm saying? We're negative thinkers. I know, at least I am. I ain't gonna put anything else on anybody. Sometimes I'm a negative thinker, right? But I have to think, listen, I'm trying to add on years to my life by living a healthier lifestyle instead of thinking, oh man, you know what I'm saying? The little bites, bro. The fried chicken, bro. I got, you know what I'm saying? Think addition, not subtraction. Number 3, go for a PDA, right? PDA stands for public display of accountability, okay? Public display of accountability, right? In our group chat, listen, if I say I got a goal, in mind, I need to tell my group chat, listen, hey, P600, December 31st. I need to do it, right? Public display of accountability. Because my team grinds so hard and they believe in me so much that they're going to say, hey, it's December. Hey, listen, New Year's Eve, P600, what you doing? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Public display accountability. Whenever other people are, working as a team, they want to help each other out. Listen, everybody has to be accountable for everybody, right? So I'm about to get out your way. So number 4, find a success buddy, right? Me and one of the guys, one of my family members, I call him family members. His name goes by the name of Terrell. You know what I'm saying? I told him, like, on every Sunday, we're going to call each other at the beginning of the week, right? We're going to say our goals. We're going to make sure that by the next week, we accomplishing them. We're going to stay on each other's heads. We're going to have to, because ultimately, if he's staying on my head, I stand on his head, we have to be accountable for the goals that we set. We have to accomplish them, because I don't want to go back to Sorrel and be like, listen, bro, this happened. Now I feel like I'm making excuses. I don't want to go back to him. I don't want him to feel like he's leaving me in the dust. No. Have a success buddy. Stay on top of stuff with each other, right? And then number 6, ultimately, celebrate, right? I feel like sometimes a lot of us, we work so hard. We grinding out. We staying up. Listen, now we done pop the rank, right? We pop the rank, and we like, you know what I'm saying? Look, all right, P600, P1000 on the way. P1000 on the way. Sometimes we have to sit back real quick, relax, breathe. You know what I'm saying? Woosah. Breathe, woosah, right? And celebrate what we've accomplished. I feel like a lot of us really don't celebrate, you know what I'm saying, the things that we accomplish, right? You know what I'm saying? Trust me, listen, like I said, I've seen Ray, he grinds, bro. He on my head all the time, just going. But I feel like sometimes maybe we need to set up a date to where the whole team would just sit back, relax, and celebrate our success, man, because we've really come a long way. We've come a very long way, and this is just the beginning. That's what I'm so excited for, right? So, again, I thank you guys for this time, for allowing me to get on the spot, you know what I'm saying, get on this call. The next guy that is coming up, this is a man with very great energy. Every time you see him in the chats, he is turning up, man. He's dropping trades. He's giving positive energy in the chats. Like I said, Mr. Jake Label, are you on?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, all right. Yeah, we can hear you, bro. All right. So, hey, everybody in the chat, go drop some flame emojis for my man, Jake Label. He's about to drop these gems. Mr. Jake, it's in your hands, bro.
I appreciate it. Can someone drop like a 1 or something if you can hear me clearly? My connection's been a little bit tweaky lately. All right, so I'm just going to go over one quick thing, and that's going to be sacrifices. So what are you willing to sacrifice to get to that next level? For example, myself, I haven't drank alcohol or smoked weed in the last 12 months. I've been in this business for 14 months now. I haven't drank or smoked in 12 months because I knew if I'm in that party scene and doing that types of things with that type of crowd, I'm not going to be where I want. So if I was willing to sacrifice that thing or those things until I am where I am or where I want to be, then I'll enjoy it more then. Like you see those people on Snapchat or Instagram that are going out and partying. What are they celebrating? Like, what the hell are they celebrating? Being broke? Like, how can you celebrate being broke? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm not going to go to the club and drink or go to the bar and drink and be like, bet this is fun. But then I'm hungover in the morning and I'm still broke. That makes no sense. So it's not fun to go to the club unless you own the club. So if you're not making money in the club, why are you in the club? It makes no sense. But you see the people at the chairman retreat, they're having fun. They're celebrating their success because they're chairman. So they're making 6, 7, some of them making a little bit more than that. Their figures, and they're now celebrating, and they have the ability to celebrate because they have what we want, which is success. So those people are making money and they're celebrating. We people on this call, some of us are having success, but we don't have that extreme success, that 6, 7 figure income that we all want. So until then, we shouldn't be celebrating or posting on our stories, getting fucked up and getting high and shit like that. That makes no sense. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. But it just actually angers me sometimes because I go to USC, which is kind of a party school, and a lot of people there are like asking me like, yo, come out with us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, you just got to get yourself out of that environment. For example, in my apartment, I have 3 roommates. So there's 4 people that together, myself and then 3 others. And my roommates, all they do is sit on their ass and smoke and drink. And so I was like, wow, I cannot be here anymore. This is just so negative that I cannot be here anymore. So like pretty much every night I stay at my girlfriend's apartment because she lets me, have my special spot where I can like focus, do my work, be on calls, be on the charts, things like that. Just have my like peaceful, quiet time by myself. And there's also like some areas at her apartment where I could be downstairs chilling in like this meeting room all by myself, just getting to work. Got your AirPods in and you're just straight chilling. Like there's no one else that can affect you when you just got your AirPods in. But yeah, like really all you have to do is just separate yourself from those negative energy people, those people that are partying, things like that. And like Josh had said, celebrating is great. So always celebrate little goals too. So once you accomplish, for example, P150, you should celebrate a little bit. Doesn't mean, go drop a band at the club, but, just like take a day off maybe and have some fun, or go step outside and like enjoy the weather. I don't know, something like that. But don't, spend a rack at the club or go to the strip club, things like that. I'm sorry, I was looking at my phone, looking in the chat. Anyways, like, what are you willing to sacrifice? Everyone on this call should be saying that right now. Like, write down some things where you're willing to sacrifice. So I'll give you some examples. So PlayStation, like those of you who play the new Modern Warfare or Fortnite, maybe you shouldn't play that every night now, or play that for 5 hours a night. Maybe go down to like 1 hour a night, something like that. What's something else that you could sacrifice? Maybe spend time with your friends. You have to separate yourself to elevate sometimes. So those negative energy people, get away from them for a little bit. I'm not saying cut them off completely from your life, but maybe you need to sacrifice a little bit of their time to have the success that you want. Also, maybe spending, a little bit of time away from your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You're like, nah, sorry, can't hang out tonight. I'm on this webinar. Zoe's dropping trading nuggets. I got to be on this call. Sorry, I can't watch Netflix with you right now. Like things like that, just little things, and it really adds up in the long-term vision. I know I don't have what I want right now, and I'm thinking like, I want to be a 6-figure earner by my birthday, May 20th next year. If I'm not 6-figure earner then I failed. So I got to do what I want, or I got to do what I need to do by then to get to where I want. And we have such a great team here. All these people that are on the call, Ray, Josh, Zoe, everybody has what you want. The knowledge, the skills to build and trade. Zoe has been absolutely killing it. I don't know if you saw in the chat, but I was up 30% this week just from taking the signals from the chat and then a couple of my own trades. But that's unreal. Like if you look at that kind of percentage growth each week, the compound effect on that would be absolutely ridiculous if you're consistently doing that each and every week. And by the way, I'm using risk management, so that's only 5% each trade. But if I were over leveraging, trust me, I would be lit right now, and I would definitely be celebrating. But I'm still very content, and I took my withdrawals. They already hit my Cash App, and we're chilling. But yeah, I really just want to close after that. I'm pretty sick right now, so I'm just trying to focus and just not stress my throat out too much. But just write down some things that you need to sacrifice in your life to get to the next spot in your life. So the next person I'm going to bring up, or that's going to be on the call, is Jiggy Zoe, Mr. Alonzo. He has absolutely been killing the game, like literally killing the game. From personal development, mindset, trading, building, everything in the game, he's been absolutely killing. And look at him smiling, and I miss him, no homo. He better be coming out to Charlotte very soon, because he actually, I don't know if y'all can see over there on that little like bed, Alonzo was like chilling over there when he first learned his new trading strategy, which is institutionally trading. That man was literally at my house for a week probably, and all throughout the day was he on IMO TV and then back testing on the charts. Like the grind was unreal, and now look at him. He's been absolutely killing it. So I appreciate him, and I'm actually going to unmute him if I can.
Hey, I got it. Let's get it, bro. I appreciate you so much, bro. Freaking value on value, bro. I've never heard you speak. That's so freaking dope. So freaking excited. Yo, if you guys got value, drop a 7 in the chat for Jake, por favor. Heck yeah, let's get it. Bro, drop a freaking 7. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, guys, I appreciate you, Jake. I'm going to go ahead and let me get over here real quick. Let's work. How can I not see my camera? There you go. Okay, cool. So, all right, guys. So, yo, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for getting onto tonight's call. I really do hope you guys are taking notes on the call because, yo, there's been nothing but, like, little value going through with some of your own leaders because understand that this call that we're doing for you guys is to really just show you that it's not always going to be, like, one of the top chairmen out here speaking and, like, all these top leaders. Just understand that us as well, we're also going to be at that point into being, you know, one of the chairman leaders and understanding that, you know, it really goes into, like, you just, how can I put it? Like us here, really trying to feed you into stuff that we've been learning. Because me right now, I really do want to point you guys for the next about 10 to 15 minutes into really a lot of stuff that I've been learning. That's really been helping me just shift my mindset. And it's so, so crazy, guys. Because there's some people there's honestly been 2 people that I've been listening to like nonstop. Right? There's 2 people that I've been listening to nonstop. Number 1, you guys can write this down. You guys can look them up. Number 1 is going to be Bob Proctor. Right? Number 1. That's the person I've listened to a lot, like recently actually, because to being really transparent with you guys, I'm someone that really, like, I really fell off of like doing constant like personal and spiritual development. I wasn't really on that level that much, honestly. And it shows because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, your business and everything, like just yourself, your body, everything is just a reflection of yourself. I'm gonna tell you, bro, just Mr. Shields, right? Josh, this dude, he doesn't I don't think you guys know me that well, but I used to be stupidly overweight. Like I was like 285 pounds, almost 300 pounds because I used to play football. And the thing is that I went through this whole entire transformation where I got myself down from that weight, going down to about 200 pounds. Now, the thing is that once I got down to that point, I then started getting lazy because I was big for a reason. I love food. I understand you, bro, when you're talking about having the bites at night because I've been there, bro, and I completely feel you because there's a point in time where I found myself being, how can I say, like being very weak to food. Understanding that I was only eating because I was bored. I was eating because I liked the taste of it. And really understanding that there was a point in my time where literally food was controlling me. And it's crazy because with a lot of us in this business, why are we here? I want to ask you guys that, like why are you actually in this business? Because the thing is that obviously we're here for money. But the thing that we need to shift into our mindset is the same thing with what I had with food was in the fact that money controls a lot of us. But we need to understand that we can control it. Into knowing that money is your servant, right? You guys, I've been listening to a lot of Bob Proctor, right? Money is your servant, right? It is your obedient servant, right? And it is a horrible master. You guys need to understand that you are the master of money, right? You need to understand that, right? You are the master of money, okay? Because once you can truly have control and be the owner, the master to money, at that point, you really cannot get it away from you. And it's so, let me explain real quick. So we all know about the whole thing about people having like the poverty mindset, the wealthy mindset, and really understanding that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, correct? Now, here's the thing with that. Here's the reason why that is so true. And it all goes into Jake was talking about when it came to frequencies and stuff like that. Because the thing that I really want you guys to understand is that we are constantly always giving out some type of vibration. Always, always, always. Because you can understand when you're in a good mood, in a bad mood, those moods, we call them moods because we're not that educated to call them a vibration or a frequency, right? And to understanding that when we're in a bad mood, we're feeling very low, right? We're at a low frequency. You're feeling, you're late on a trade, you're like through the roof, your frequencies are high, and now you're experiencing euphoria, right? We've all felt depression, euphoria. I have, especially when it comes to trading. And the thing is that through this, understanding that your goals are obviously at a high level. So what do you need to do with that? You need to then operate at a high frequency. How can you do that? How can you start your day off by you really elevating at this high frequency? Honestly, really. And when it comes to being gratitude, being in a state of gratitude, right? Giving out the fact that you're so happy and grateful. Why is that? Because you guys need to understand that right now, if you're not happy with where it is that you're at, why would you be blessed with more if you're not even grateful for what you have right now? Right? These are all things that, honestly, I'm telling you guys a lot of stuff that I've been hearing throughout my time in this business to really just show you guys that, like, how can I say, like, within this, I've been doing a lot of learning because I'm going to tell you right now that the version of me when I first got started and the version of me right now are completely different, right? They're completely freaking different because here's the thing. Understand, guys, that when it comes to this business and just, like, wealth in general, it's all really with the mindset because I know we all talk about, like, the mindset, but I feel like sometimes we don't really truly understand that because if literally this was told to me, and it's so crazy. If literally all the money in the world right now were to be divided equally to everybody, they would all fall in the same hands of all the people that, had the money in the first place, right? All the people that were broke or that were poor are going to be in that same situation where they're poor. Now, the people that are wealthy, that everyone starts off with the same amount, are then going to become wealthy again. Why? Because they know what to do. They have the knowledge, right? There was, honestly, being real with you guys, there was a point where I literally like, even though you guys see me doing all these webinars, I caught myself in a point where I was literally like down to like my last dollar or so, and I really only had money in my broker. I was like, bro, like, what the hell? Like, I'm really in this like situation. And it's so crazy because in that week, I had a fire week where I was able to withdraw, and then I finally had money so I could breathe, I could eat, have gas. Like, it's so crazy. You guys need to understand that the reason why I even got to that point is because I wasn't really doing things that were then helping me elevate myself. Because here's the thing, guys, I always talk about, trading, your business, all that being a reflection of yourself, and just understanding that I wasn't doing that. Like, I wasn't working out. I wasn't doing personal development. I was chilling at times. I wasn't doing much. You know what I mean? And it just sucks because I understand that right now, if I would have just really just stayed consistent within myself, I knew that I could be at a lot better of a position. Because really ask yourself, if from the time that you got started until today, if you actually truly stayed committed and followed your non-negotiables, meaning your daily methods of operation every single day toward your goals of, let's just say, going chairman, let's just say hitting a six-figure income, or let's just say, let me tone it down, let's just say going platinum 1000, let's say having a $10,000 trading account or a $5,000 trading account. If you truly actually follow the plan from the day that you got started, where would you actually be at? You know what I mean? Like, even like, think about it like this. From the day that you got started, and if you actually follow proper risk management, what would your account be at? What would your account be at right now? Right? And it all really starts with us getting in the way of ourselves. Because one thing that I found is the fact that with us, we're the main reason of why it is that we're not seeing success. Why is that? Because of who it is that we hang around, right? Of the stuff, not even who we hang around, but what is that we were grown into understanding when it comes to money. Understand, guys, that me growing up, honestly, bro, like, I literally have almost the exact same story as Josh, or Shields. I'm not too sure what he goes by. Because understand that my dad is also a hard worker. So crazy that recently I started to see a lot more success within myself because of the fact that I actually went out to go work with my dad. He does construction. He does pools, concrete, like hard, like labor, right? Little like construction. And the thing is that he would always tell me to go out, and help. And I'm like, nah, like, I don't really want to do that and stuff like that. But then it got to a point where I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna go see what it's about. And the thing is that I went, and the very first day, like, the thing that my job was to do is to carry the wheelbarrows, right, with cement. So there's a cement truck, you fill up the wheelbarrow, and you just take like your cement thing and you just take it to a spot, and that's it. And I was like, okay, it's not that bad. But the thing is that after my first day, I was literally sore and like couldn't really walk. Because keep mind you, like I said, I wasn't really consistently working out. I wasn't really doing all these different things to really help me, be at that level that I really wanted to be at within, like, with my body and within my business. Because again, everything is just a reflection of you. If you're going to the gym consistently, your bank account will show, or your meditator will show. You know what I mean? So, or your body will show, obviously. So I was there. And the things that I really do want to ask you guys before I continue rambling on is going to be like, what breaks you? Like, what's actually going to break you for you to then go all in? Let me give you an example of what I mean, because there's going to be a breaking point where you truly get to that level where you're like, yo, like, I need to stop messing around and take this entire thing serious. I truly understand the opportunity that I have in front of me. I need to stop like doing what I'm doing. I need to stop BSing and actually do the things that I know that I have to do, and do what's called the non-negotiables. Like, you can't negotiate anything to get out of it. You need to get them done, right? These are all things I learned from Chris Derrick, right? Into understanding that once you get to that breaking point, you're then like, yo, like, I'm a savage. Like, I'm 100% all into this freaking business, right? Because the thing that I want you guys to understand is that there's different little ways of how it is that things that break you. Like, for example, because let's just say you're working and like you just hate your job, and there's just that one thing that then like your boss looks at you different this way, or your boss looks at you different this time, or he says something that you don't like, and you're like, you know what, that's it, like, I'm out, I'm quitting, I'm done, right? And you end up quitting, your job. And the thing is, why? It wasn't just because your boss was mad at you that one time. It was because all these different things were adding on for you to then snap and be like, yo, I'm out, like, I'm done. Like, many of us, or even, how can I put it? Like, even in a relationship, some people have actually even left the relationship 6 months before it actually ends, right? How many of us have actually caught ourselves in that situation where you know the person's no longer engaged, or you're no longer engaged in the relationship, and then they do one thing and you're out. Left the microwave door open. Left the door open. I'm out. I'm leaving you, right? Understanding that. You know what I mean? So like really know that there has to be a breaking point within yourself in this business, because me personally, when it comes to, I've never really worked, but when it comes to like, let's say a relationship, I myself, bad to say, I'm being real with you guys, is understanding the fact that I was actually like, I had always already emotionally out of the relationship. So once I ended it, it was whatever, right? And I'm like, I shouldn't be telling you guys this, right? But understand that it all goes to show you that there's going to be a breaking point at one point where one little thing, I'm like, okay, you mess up one thing, I'm out, right? And it sucks to say that, but it gets like that with everybody. And it's to be like that with yourself within this business, not to get out, but then for you to actually go all in. Like me looking at what it is that my dad does for money into like construction and hard labor, I'm like, yo, I need to stop messing around. Like that is enough. Like, yo, like it's time. Like it's literally time for me to like stop and get him out of what it is that he's doing, because I don't want to see him do that literally until the day that he dies, right? I don't want to see that happen, because he's the one that's given me a great life, right? My mom as well, right? Both my parents, but really seeing that to the point where, yo, really getting to that point in my life where I'm like, yo, like I've been in this business since last June. It's time now. You know what I mean? And just understanding that as well. Now, how can that even start? First off, right? Really being, okay, yeah, let's do it. But then you're okay, yeah, let's do it. You're motivated for like a second, and then what? You go back to chilling. What actually has to change for you to change? Understand, guys, that the more that I start to learn, the more that I'm learning myself, I'm now starting to learn more into other people. Why? Because we're all the same, right? Understand that we're all literally the exact same, just in different bodies, right? We're all mentally, spiritually, we're all the exact same. We just have different bodies. You know what I mean? So you guys have to understand that the one thing that I've now been starting to do, and I'm going to give you guys this like analogy, is when it comes to my mindset now being shifted, because it's been changing ever since I got into the business. But you guys need to understand that I got lazy. I wasn't actually doing personal development. That's the reason why I wasn't seeing success. There's a reason why it is that I'm where I'm at right now, is because I decided to, not actually 100% go all in, right, guys? Because here's the thing. I'm gonna put it like this, right? Let's just say that every single day for the next 60 days, or I'll calm it down. Let's just say for the next 30 days, listen to one audio, or let's say you listen to an audio per week, right? For the next 30 days, right? So you listen to a couple audios in this time frame. I'm going to tell you right now, your mindset will change literally into whatever it is that you're obviously listening to, because that's what's going to get into your mind. Because the thing is that I truly believe that we have been brainwashed, no lie, into us settling, into not really reaching our full potential. I'm going to tell you guys what happened recently, right, guys? I caught myself really having a conversation with an individual where me looking at the current circumstances, rather than saying that, hey, like I'm okay with where I'm at, I'm content, I'm cool here. I'm thinking like, yo, like you don't understand what you're doing just saying those words, right? And the thing is that when you're around this all the time, where everyone's happy with where they're at, there's no room for growth. There's no room to actually become better, right? And then when you ask them like, yo, well, what if you could start making $1 million a year? What would you actually do? Oh, that would be nice. I would love to have that. Okay, but you just say you're happy with where you're at. Like, it's so crazy to think that, because I want you guys to think about it like this. Let's just say if you understood how powerful your words actually were, you'd be so careful about the things that you say out loud. I'm telling you that right now, because here's the thing, guys. The universe, the higher power, God, is always listening. So if you say that you're okay with where you're at, okay, cool. He's not going to bless you with more because you're fine, right? Think about it. Let's just say, I'm looking at Jake's name. Let's just say Jake is my father, which low-key he is. I'm joking. Let's say Jake is my dad. And I told him, like, hey, you know what? I'm cool with where I'm at. Like, I'm happy here. What is he going to do? Why would he give me more? There's no reason for that. It's cool to be grateful for where you're at, but to not be happy and content with where you're at. To not just accept that and that's it. To not chase for more. You know what I mean? So you guys need to understand that. How does that all start? Going back to what I was saying, into the mindset. Now, how do we actually truly change the mindset? Because how I said, into us really being programmed into just like barely making it by, is because of the stuff that we grew up around, at least me personally, right? Into understanding that when it's just in my current, I need to close my door because my family, hold on. I don't want them thinking I'm throwing shots and they tell like my cousins or somebody else. So here's the thing, guys. When it comes to me and my family, we have been blessed that, you know, my dad has a great paying job with construction, and my mom had a great paying job working at AT&T, and really seeing that my life was a lot better than people that I grew around, right? Which was family that were only making literally like 20, 30K a year, on 30K on a good year, you know what I mean? And just seeing that everyone has always been a low and we've always been a little higher, right? So understanding that we're like, okay, you know, we're good, but not really truly understanding the fact that because we're just settled, it then led me to realize, okay, this is the expectation for my life. But then it really got to a point I'm like, okay, I know I want a lot more. And really just seeing that, because what I was around, I was literally around the terms of money doesn't grow on trees. I was literally around, you know, oh snap, how much does that cost? Like always having there being a limited belief into money, there being a lack of it. And really thinking to the point where I was no longer asking for it because I was scared of like, okay, I want to ask because I know there's no more. So then I then had to do something about it, and I started selling candy. That's a true story to why did I start selling candy during high school. And then again, that started to then shift me into thinking, okay, I know I can do things on my own. And then really into what I've been listening to recently is when it comes to truly cleaning out all the stuff that you've been taught before into then learning the new stuff, right? Into then really reprogramming your mind into understanding that money is literally just energy. Like, I don't know, man. I literally only like have like money, like bank money. But if I had a dollar bill, oh man, I don't have a dollar bill on me. If I had a dollar bill, if I was an alien, I would look at this dollar bill as it was just paper with ink on it, right? But it represents money, correct? It's been shifting over to the cards and then us just seeing the number inside of our bank account and to that being money. But truly, what is money? You know what I mean? Like money is simply just an energy. You guys need to understand with the frequencies that you give out of money, understanding that if it is your obedient servant, other than it being your master, it will truly show with the income that you're truly, you know, earning. Let me tell you this right now. Here's the thing. When it comes to these vibrations, how Ray's talking about, understanding that if you truly have them, because here's the thing, we are constantly always growing or dying, right? It always goes back to like, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? If you're not attracting it, you're repelling it, right? There's always a yin and a yang to everything. So you guys need to understand that something I've been learning has really been into like the mindset, right? And really the mindset to us then learning into understanding that there's no lack of, because we really need to get into that mindset of having harmony, having love, because once you do get into that level, you're then attracting this income to you, because you're going to notice that some people, for some reason, they're always out of money. Like some people just don't have money and they're just always in this lack of scarcity mindset with money. And then like whenever they have money, it just goes away. Now, then there's these other people that they have a harmony feeling towards money, that there is an infinite amount of money, that there is abundance of money. And for some reason, money just cannot get away from this individual. Who do you want to be? You want to be the person that has a lack of money, like the mindset lack of money, or someone that has, you know, an abundant feeling towards money? Understand, guys, that no matter what, this is a law, right? Darwin talked about it into there being, you know, like the law of gravity. If I drop this cup, what's going to happen? It's gonna fall, right? It's a law no matter what. You know what I mean? You guys need to understand that within what it is I'm really trying to get into, guys, is really going to be into listening into things that are then shifting your mindset. There's an audio, you guys can look it up. It's Bob Proctor. I'm a money magnet. Because there's a song, and you guys can write this down, because these are little affirmations in the word of a song. And I know it's not all about money, but understand that what is it I want to talk to you guys about is not so much into trading, because that's like the physical stuff into making money, right? But I want to really get into the spiritual side of making money, and to understanding that within this side right here is what's going to help you actually like sustain and keep the income that's going to be coming through, because that's truly what's going to have you, you know, either become wealthy or not, is really when it comes to the mindset. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So how can I say it? What is it called? There's this example that I wanted to bring up earlier that let me bring it up now. So when it comes to, let's just say, right, I'm going to give you a little like thing to picture. So let's just say that you were then going to go to the pool, right? Let's just say there's a community pool and you're to go swim, right? But you're the only person there for some reason, right? It's just you, and you see this pool. It's an Olympic sized pool, and you notice that the water is dirty, like it's been tainted. You see it's like a darker blue. Like you see like someone most definitely dropped some paint in it, or like it's not the regular water color. You could tell the difference between water and like a blue like color water, you know? So the guy, like, let's just say you're looking at water and you're looking at like, yo, what the heck? and somebody walks up to you like, hey, you know, our like the pool, someone came in and like they tainted the water with all this bad stuff. And even though you can't see it, we're doing the best that we can to filter out the bad and bring in good water, right? So it's going through this procedure of the entire pool going through, and they're filtering out the bad and then bringing in the good. You know what I mean? Like they're bringing in fresh water until it takes over the bad water. You know what I mean? So with that, he's telling me, like, even though our progress cannot be seen, understand that we're doing the best that we can to be able to clean the water so that we get to swim again. He's like, okay, cool, like I understand, right? So really what this thing is going to do, once it gets to that clear water, understand that it's going to take time, but then it's going to then be pure so you can swim again. Going back to our mind, a lot of our minds are very what? They're tainted. They're not in that situation yet. They're not like, how can I say, they're not pure, but they're still very poor, right? They're still very like, they still have those limiting beliefs within ourselves. Because really think about it, like who's the one that tells you you can't, you know, go chairman? Who's telling you? Like, am I saying you can't go chairman? Am I saying that you can't create $1 million in a year? Like, who's telling you that you can't do something? You know what I mean? So really going into the mindset, right? Knowing that the stuff that we need to take out is all those lack and limiting beliefs of income, and then bringing in the brand new beliefs, right? And it's slowly filtering in and out. You need to understand that even though your progress might not be seen right now, understand that there's still work being done. Like there's always good going in and bad going out. Going back to what Jake was talking about, into, you know, making sacrifices and stuff like that, really showing you that, like literally right now with this call, I'm so glad that this happened, because I had some friends that invited me to go out. I'm like, bro, like I can't, like I don't want to, like I really don't want to go out. And I was like, yeah, like I can't, I got stuff to do. I'm nowhere near where it is that I want to be at, right? Going back to this time of like, why are they even celebrating? Really going back into you and what is that you're doing and why it is that you're truly on this call, right? What is it that you truly want out of this business, right? You guys need to understand that I don't have a super strong like story, honestly, at all. But me listening to people who have had strong stories gives me more of like a reasoning why into why it is that like into really taking advantage of the opportunity that we truly do freaking have. Right? Understand that there are people out here that literally spend their last dollars to get into this business because they see the opportunity with it. So one thing that I really do want to give you guys is like, I guess like, how is it? It's like advice into this, into how it is that you truly take like this business and yourself. It's really just like taking it at a level where people already feel like you're already that wealthy person, like you're already that chairman, like really feeling like if it is that you're that individual, right? Because that's going to be the key thing into it. Because again, if nobody can tell the difference between you and the chairman, what's telling you that you can't actually get to that level? You know what I mean? So one last thing that I have in my notes is going to be, it's his quote, right? It's going to be the last thing because I know it's getting kind of late. This is the thing, right? So my journey, honestly, guys, through trading has been rough. No lie. Why is that? I came into this with not really the best type of mindset, but been working on myself to really be able to get to that level that I want to be at. Because obviously, we've seen people that are seeing massive success. We've seen people that are making, you know, stupid money trading, right? We see all this stuff. And it's so exciting to see everybody win. But at one point, you want to be like, okay, well, shit, when is my turn? When am I going to be able to be a full-time Forex trader, be a six-figure income earning trader, right? You really want to see, like, when am I going to get there, right? Because you got to understand that, yes, we all understand that it's going to take time, but there's different types of people that really take the patience thing, right? Because here's the thing. When it comes to this, the way that I see this is just like we're baking a cake, right? Think about it like this for a second. It's like we're just baking a cake, right? You have all the ingredients, you know, the eggs, batter, that's it, making a cake, right? You have all these different ingredients when it comes to making it. And we understand that, right? Like we have the solution to it. Now, what you have to do when you're baking the cake, you know, you put it in the oven, you turn on the oven, and then you got to let it do what it does, right? Let it do what it do. Now, some people will then do what? They'll turn up the heat because they want the cake a lot quicker. What happens? You burn the cake. It's a messed up cake now. It's no good. You know what I mean? And there's some people that put the cake in the oven and forget to put turn the oven on. Understand that even though it's going to take time, you still need to put in work with it, right? Me personally, I was a person, I was like, okay, I know like the longer I'm in, I'm sure like the more money I'm going to make. And those times where I would be lazy, I'm like, yeah, you know, I've been in IML for like since June or whatever, I'll be fine. I catch myself now about a year and a half later and really thinking about the time that I had wasted back then. And it's really thinking like, damn, bro, like why am I not like taking it as serious as I should be? Because honestly, guys, like I caught myself really lacking at times, hanging out with friends sometimes, be like, yeah, you know, making money trading. I was 001s up like $3-4 dollars or something like that, which you had a good amount of pimps, but really seeing like, okay, this is not really what's going to help me like really be here long term. Especially because I was still hanging out with friends that would actually kind of bash like trading, which is stupid, honestly, but these are my friends, right? So here's the thing, guys. When it comes to it, my journey with it, again, has been very rough. But then at times where I see that a lot of bad things happen because there have been L's where I'm not too sure if you guys have ever seen a negative inside your MetaTrader, but that shit happened before. And it's not because my account was low. It's because sometimes I'll over leverage a trade and then what? It literally spikes or goes the complete opposite direction. Then what? Literally, I've seen a negative. I've seen negative multiple times inside my MetaTrader. No cap. I'm being real with you guys. And every time I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like those, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Within the business, I've been doing a lot of learning on emotional intelligence because of the fact that I've caught myself at times literally being so emotional to the point I'm like literal times where after I would do a webinar, I would after a webinar, bro. So some of this has even been recent, not that recent, but kind of recent, right? Into understanding that there were times where I would literally be there and be like, bro, I don't know if this shit's for me, right? Literally, why? Because of the fact that I wasn't really there yet. I wasn't ready. And if I'm feeling like that, why would I even be blessed with any type of income if that's still in the back of my mind? But the way that I knew that this was for me is because about like 30 minutes later, I was marking up a chart again. There's different, like, you know what I mean? So understand that there's times like, bro, like bro, I'm not too sure if Forex is really, man, bro, I've been in it for so long and really just thinking about it. And then really a point where it got to where I had lost, like really where I had to pay Hugo's way some money so I could, you know, withdraw again. Understanding that they got to that point and really thinking like, I knew that I was made for this because of the fact that I still got onto a chart like a couple minutes later and started to mark up and be like, yo, like, I'm going to get this shit down. You know what I mean? And it all really goes into like the freaking mindset, bro. Cause oh my gosh, the quote is this, right? Let me tell you guys. So who in here, honestly, be real, has lost money? That's a dumb question. Drop a 1 if you've lost money before. Cause that's easy, right? That's easy money, right? Now, here's the thing, guys. Understand that all the stuff that's happened to you, everything, right? Here's a quote that I read that kind of had me step back and be grateful for the situation that I'm in. Obviously, I'm not grateful for losing money, but I have to be okay with that because the way that I see this, honestly, when I would lose, even like recently, bro, if I would lose money, I'm grateful for it. Like not even lose, but if I lost a huge percentage of my account, I'll be like, bro, like I would honestly chill out and just be grateful for even having an account still because I've seen negative. I've seen like $3. I'm like, bro, like what the hell did I just do? Right? I've gone over this subject, right? When it comes to that. But here's the thing, guys. Really just being grateful for that because eventually, you know, like I'm not getting into that, right? Here's the thing, guys. When it comes to this right here, these are all the different tests into your testimonial, right? Now, the quote that I read that really hit me was this, right? Because obviously we all have our sorry, I'm getting off track. We all have our affirmations into them becoming that 6-7 figure trader, right? Becoming a 6-figure trader by this date, becoming a 7-figure trader by this date, right? Becoming an IMLTV educator by this date, right? And I have all these things written down for me to then repeat out. But now here's the thing. You need to understand, even when it comes to building the business, about the date you want to go P2K, about the day you want to go P5K, the day you truly want to hit chairman. You need to understand that with all the things that happen to you from today, if you're actually truly repeating your goals, because little people will actually truly write their goals down and actually say them every single day, and they wonder why they're not where they're at. They wonder why they're not where it is that they want to be at because they're not actually doing the little things. You need to understand that, right? So the quote that I read, right, was this. What if everything you're going through is preparing you for what it is that you asked for, right? I'm going to say it one more time, right? What if everything you're going through is preparing you for everything that you're asking for, right? Really seeing like, what if all of this is just all set up to then have you just have a great testimonial, right? Everything that you're going through, but then what if you quit? You're just like, how many people do we know that was like, oh yeah, if I would have done this, I would have gone to the league. Oh, if I would have done this, I would have been top 10%. Like all these people, even like, what if I quit? And I'm like, oh, if I would have done this, I would have been one of the best educators on IMLTV. Oh, if I would have been able to retire my family. Oh, if I would have done this, what, you know what I mean? Like you're the greatest that never was. Understand, guys, like there needs to be a point where you truly need to just stop and really realize where that you're at and truly just have your non-negotiables down. Like, no questions asked, you need to get them done. Myself, literally with my non-negotiable stuff that I've been doing to help on my business, because I've been very stagnant, no lie, is even seeing the ranks, but it's so frustrating, honestly. And really getting to the point, I'm like, okay, I need to really I really need to have a checklist down to the things that I truly want to do, right? That being, me personally, working out, right? I've gotten like chubby again, right? Working out, drinking water, eating correctly, right? Freaking trading, right? Marking up my charts for at least an hour, 2 hours a day, honestly, right? Building the business, honestly, having at least 5 to 10 conversations a day, right? Chris Derrick, do just 50 to 100 conversations every single day. 10 conversations on the hour, every hour for 10 hours. I'm like, bro, that is crazy, right? But just seeing that, really seeing like, how is it that you truly want this business? Because again, here's the thing that I really want you guys to think about for like a second, right? Just for a second. All right, 1 second. It's gonna be this. Even though right now you've probably been in this business, I've probably been in about like the longest amount from everybody. I've been in for about a year and a half basically, and I've not seen, you know, the success that I've really wanted to see. And if I were to look back at the beginning, and if I were to then look at really seeing what it is that I could have done better, it would truly be to just freaking stay consistent with it. Because you guys need to understand this right now. One thing, this is gonna be the last thing, honestly, because I know it's getting kind of late and I've gone over my time. Here's the thing, guys. When it comes down to it, understand that inside of you, right? I've heard this a lot of times, and if you haven't heard this before, this shit might hit you a little bit. Understand, guys, that there's a version inside of you, or there's another version out there of you on another universe, right, that is working 10 times harder than what you're doing right now. There's a version of you out there that isn't just messing around playing games, messing around going out to smoke, messing around to do whatever. There's a version of you out there that's actually putting in the time to make time to then build the business. There's a version of you out there that's actually already a P1000. There's a version of you out there that's actually duplicated the skill set down of building, where now you're actually about to smack Chairman 10 in the face. And because, bro, we've seen people smack Chairman in a year and a half, 2 years. Why that I'm in this business and I'm barely, like, I'm grateful to be in the position about to smack Platinum 2000, right? It's such a blessing. And you guys need to understand that there's a version of you out there that's actually doing the work, right? Because think about it. There's a version of me out there that didn't stop working out, that didn't get lazy and content with my body. There's a version out there of me that actually has a six-pack still, right? I used to have a freaking six-pack, right? There's a version of me out there that has this stuff, right? You need to ask yourself right now, what if, you know, you actually stay consistent and stay true to the things that you actually wanted to complete? One thing that I heard from Bob Proctor was him talking to a guy that he works at a funeral service. He said the sad thing is not the death of the body, like, yeah, that's dead, but it's more or less the death of the dreams, the death of not completing the things that you actually wanted to do. Understand, guys, that tomorrow is literally not even promised to you. There are people that I live in El Paso, which is right next to Juarez, right? It's dangerous over there. There are people that are literally getting robbed, people out here that are actually getting shot up, right? You guys need to understand that things happen all the time. Obviously, hopefully that's not the reason that we go out. We need to understand that even then, even when it comes to old age or just anything in general, you need to understand that within this, or within you and yourself, what is it that you're going to do to actually have you be a person that actually fulfilled out those dreams that you actually wanted, that actually, you know, got the body, that actually, you know, was able to take your parents out, that was actually able to retire your family? Like, who actually got you on there, right? Like, really thinking about, like, how can I put it? Not who got you on there. Really thinking about, like, what if you died and all those things that you wanted to do didn't even get completed? What a shame. You know what I mean? Like, what a freaking shame. Like, honestly, it's the same continuing adding on to this. I heard this from Les Brown, right? He was there talking about a story of a man who was on his deathbed, literally on his last couple of breaths. And this is so crazy. Like, think about this you guys can close your eyes for this, right? Pretend this is you. Pretend you are on, okay, don't pretend you're on your deathbed, because you don't want, that's bad manifestation. But just pretend that, you know, you see someone that's on their deathbed, right? You see someone, right? They're on their deathbed, and you're watching them, and you see around them are all the ghosts and the spirits of who it is that he could have became. You see the version of him that actually made it to becoming a Chairman 10, right? You see the version of them that actually made it to becoming a bodybuilder. You see the version of them that actually took the step into joining some type of basketball team, into them going to the league. You see a version of them that actually was able to complete the things that they wanted to do. Like you see all these spirits of them, of who it is that he could have been. But they're looking at him angry, upset. Like, why did you have to quit? Why are you so soft? Like, why did you actually like give up on us? Like we were ready for you. We're all already understand that what is that you want to be is already done. But you just need to do the work to actually get there. You need to understand that with all these spirits that are looking down at you, looking at you in hatred and disappointment. Because of why? Because you were lazy? Because you wanted to chase the opposite sex? Because you wanted to do what with your time? Understand that with the time that you're doing right now, what are you actually going to get back from that? Like, what did you, because honestly, I caught myself in a situation where I was literally, because I was bored, because I had a lack of attention, I would go out to just chase the opposite sex to do what? Right? To go hopefully do some stuff, right? For what? What was that actually going to get me? I'm being real with you guys, right? Like, what was I actually doing with that? Me, I've never in my life done drugs, ever. But why is it that now it's at a point where like I was so lonely with myself that I then went to a group because just so I could be around people, I then ended up trying it. Why would I stoop that low? You need to understand that. It got to a breaking point. I'm like, yo, I don't want this shit. I don't want to just be, settling down with a whole average Joe and Schmo or whatever and just being what it is that they are because they're already kind of dead in the mind. Right? You guys have all heard the thing about how some people die at the age of whatever and then they get buried at 75 or something like that. I know people that are literally my age that are already kind of coasting. It's so crazy to even think that I'm freaking 19. Hopefully these people end up waking up and I want to be the one that wakes them up. But you guys, again, going back into it, understanding that there's all these different versions of you. All right. And do not literally like understand, guys, that do not take anything that we're talking about lightly at all into everything that we talked about. Right? Literally everything, guys. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that has full control of whatever ends up happening with your life. If you're the one that actually ends up giving your family a great life, because I don't have any children, right? Chris Derrick, he's the one that talks about this. Like all the stuff that I'm about to tell you right now is stuff that he's told me that I can't really say that I've said because I'm not in his situation, right? He'll have his whole daily list, right? His whole entire daily list of things that he would have to complete to then help him get to where it is that he wants to be at, right? Now, at the bottom of it, right? His thing, honestly, he wakes up. This is his thing because I haven't done this yet. I'll tell you guys what is it I'm about to do. I can't tell you guys to do it yet because I haven't done it, honestly, right? Number one, waking up, drinking water, getting hydrated, right? Listening to chill music, not personal development. He said that he needs to wake up his mind first before he could then, like for a couple minutes, before he can then listen to personal development. He needs to be with himself for a bit, right? Going on a walk, not a sprint in the beginning of the day, right? And then from there, he then clocks in to his 50 to 100 or 50 to 100 things a day or replying back to DMs, right? Then every hour on the hour, 5 to 10 relationships on the hour, every hour until he gets 100, 50 to 100. Crazy. The way he does it, his social media is already planned out where this dude will literally like 3 pictures, comment, and then shoot him a DM, right? And then after he shoots them a DM, if they reply, he leaves them on scene. He writes their name down on an Excel. The next day, he replies, right? He has the entire thing structured out for an actual business. And people are like, oh, Chris, but that takes too long. Too long. This dude's a Chairman 25 top educator, right? Multiple 6-figure shading. He's like, too long. He's like, how much money would you be making if you weren't doing this, right? Because it took too long. And him talking about he's like, oh, too long. Like, what's the average age of retirement? 72 years old? I think that's pretty long, right? You don't think it's going to take me a couple of seconds for me to just message a couple people, right? Really see the situation and where it is that we're at to really help us see the success that we truly do want to see, right? Now, going back to his situation, right? He has his whole little list down, right? His whole list down. At the bottom of it, it'll say, come on, Chris. It's like, you're a better father than that, right? I'm not too sure if I have any like adults on here, right? Or like that are parents. It's like, you're a better father than that. You have children to feed and like all this, like, damn, I forgot what he talked about. But his thing is that the reason why he goes so hard every single day is because he had a daughter who was literally on the verge of dying at such a young age. And if it wasn't for Forex and literally building the business, his daughter would probably be dead because if he didn't have the funds to actually be able to support her. You guys need to understand that what we have is freaking life-changing. But obviously, this dude put in the work to be able to be at that level where he was then seeing massive success. So you guys don't even know what is that you're doing right now with investing your time into this call to then open your eyes up to truly taking this business 10x. Because I'm not too sure who on this call, even if it's one freaking person that needs to hear this information, because it's not even like we're going over trading nuggets. It's all freaking mindset to really help you guys and elevate yourself to then be like, yo, like enough's enough. Like, why am I still playing? Because honestly, I have my PlayStation there. Only reason why it's there is because I started doing insanity videos, right? Because I need to get my body right, right? Or I started doing insanity, which is plyometric, high interval training, right? And stuff like that. Now, that's the only reason why. I don't see myself doing, like, bro, my friends are like, hey, you know, you're pretty close to P2K. We should go out. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, I have not done anything to get close to my goal. Why would I go out with you guys? I'm not even meaning it like that, like being mean to them, but really seeing what is that we're at and seeing what is that you can do to then help you, you know, get to this next level. Again, guys, really seeing that, I really hope that this opened up just a little bit into you guys into really seeing like, damn, like I can really be the one that actually makes a true change. I can be the one that actually goes out there. And because who knows if your family, if some emergency happens where they then need a like dire death situation or liver death situation, they need $10,000 right then and there. Who can actually pay that right now? I cannot. I'll tell you that being real. I need to work to freaking get there, right? Being 100% transparent and to understanding that, yo, if I was actually truly like grinding the way that I should be, I know that that would not be an issue for me. And that being the goal at the end of the day, really being to the point where your family is not just dependent off of you, but you being a reliable source for like, hey, you know, this person's on their last like dollar or this last like breath, you can help save their life. You know what I mean? Like it's like thinking about like who actually thinks about this stuff? Like who actually thinks about like the stuff that you're doing now can potentially save one of your family members' lives? Like who actually thinks about this? I didn't think about it. My mind barely got open to it like a couple of days ago. And to really see like, damn, like I really need to level up. Because bro, honestly, there's a lot of people that I'm not even too sure who's on this call. There's a couple of people on this call from El Paso or literally from everywhere. But a lot of the time, no lie, a lot of reason why I feel like people in my city aren't truly really at the level that they want to be at is because I know that they're still in that mindset of not truly like submerging themselves in that information of truly filtering out the bad and putting in the good. Like just like the pool, even though you can't see the changes now in your bank account now, it'll all come through, right? It'll all freaking come through, guys. And there's so much more. This is how every call ends out. every call I've been on always ends out like this. I could go on forever, but right. But yeah, guys. So with that being said, I don't really have that much more to talk about, honestly. But just don't take advantage of your time at all. Everything, literally schedule out your day. I'm sure if you're to schedule out your day every single like hour, like in the 30 minutes or so, you will then find out, hey, like, shit, I'm not even that busy, right? Like, damn, I have an hour to watch Netflix. Bro, honestly, I'm gonna be real with a lot of people. I'm actually talking to the guys right now. I'm not even too sure about girls. I don't even talk to girls like that no more. So I'm not too sure what girls do with their time, but with a lot of guys, you guys know about what's it called? A lot of time we say we don't have time to build or we don't have time to get on the phone call. We don't have time to text back. Me personally, I'm lazy at texting back, which is something I need to fix on, right? I see myself, oh, I don't have time to do this. Yet you have time to get on Disney Plus, right? You have time to get on those X-rated websites, right? I'm hitting someone's soul right now with that, right? You have time to do all these different things to text back the opposite sex, but yet you don't have time to text back a prospect. Really just putting your time and having true power of like understanding your time and stuff like that, right? But shoot, guys, with that being said, we had a lot of value being dropped on this entire call. Going through it with Ray, with my boy Shields, right, with Jake, with myself, right, guys. Hopefully you guys did get some type of value into just really understanding that who in the world is actually like, not in the world, but looking at your group of friends, who's actually spending their Saturday night on a call right now. It's 11:19 where I'm at, right? It's like 1:19 over there in Charlotte, right? Over there on Eastern Standard Time. So you guys are really asking yourself, like, what do you, like, you guys need to understand that what you're doing is different. Eventually, everything that you're doing, you will then get paid for that, right? But you need to be showing at yourself that you're actually worthy of actually being worthy of this income too, right? You need to become worthy of it. You know what I mean? And really just change your mindset to then be able to attract a lot more of this income to then be coming towards you. It's so much, guys. I'm actually going to drop in the chat